Speaking of conventions and stuff, what do you think about the all the viral videos that came out of the NDP one?
I haven't seen them.
You haven't seen those?
No,
The ones about the gender and all that?
Oh yeah. Well,
see, that's what I'm talking about. That's not a serious organization. Like, you have to have all of that shit ironed out before you get on a stage like that. Like,
yeah.
I haven't seen the actual. Let me see.
Search up NDP 2026 women card, I think it was called, or race card, something like that.
I saw.
Yeah, I know. Not a great start.
Yo.
I remember the acronym controversy.
Which one was that?
And that's when I hit the group chat and Anna was like, Spencer's actually right on this. Sometimes the wokest thing you can do is just not be woke.
Because I think, like, I guess, obviously it's not like you literally shouldn't be woke or you shouldn't, like, respect people and things like that. But I think if you were a serious organization, like, from the very lower level, like, I don't know, the NDP has, like, I don't know, university clubs. I don't know how it works in their system, but, you make sure that these things are understood from that level. So when it gets to that, like, stage where everyone is looking at you, you don't have these, like, embarrassing moments because it distracts from the actual thing that you're trying to get. Like, if the point is to fight for
Equality.
Yeah, equality. I don't know what the NDP stands for these days, but if it's a fight for, like, give me something. What do they want?
Social housing.
Huh?
Social housing.
Social housing.
Anti-straight policy.
Okay.
That-
Skip that one. Then, like, having, like, small arguments like this does not further that goal. Like, we should be serious and, like, like, let's take shit seriously and let's, like, get the shit we really want. But
I think, like, years ago, I just kind of decided that instead of, like, as annoying as it is to just talk like this, but instead of doing, like, acronym shit, just being, like, queer community or being, like, marginalized people or something like that. And I was just like, everyone who cares about that stuff knows what I'm saying, right? Like, no one's really gonna harp on it, and you just sound like an infinitely more normal person. And sometimes, and I'm not sure if it's like an actual real problem with the NDP or if there's just like a few people that are really into doing that.
yeah.
But yeah, I don't know, man. Sometimes they get a little lost in the sauce.
Yeah.
Get a little lost in the sauce.
But
Drake albums. That's what we were.
Oh, that's what we're gonna say.
Because I thought I listened to. I had a couple friends who were like, "Yo, we're listening to the Drake shit tonight.
Yeah.
You in?" And I was like, "You know what? Fuck it, I'm in." And we hopped in a car and we drove around Toronto listening to all the Drake albums.
I had the
as
full experience.
They were intent. Yeah. And I listened to Iceman, and I think there were like a couple notable moments. There was one song that was more poppy that was fun. There was the last 30 seconds, the production was pretty good. And then I think there was a banger or two in there. And that's really all I remember. And then what was it? Habib Tea we put on, and it had a little bit more something. It actually had like an aesthetic that felt like something. But it still just didn't do enough for me.
Mhm.
Also, Iceman was I'm X like I'm Y. I'm X like I'm Y.
Yeah,
the whole fucking album.
Joe Budden pointed that out. Like, there's a new type of rapping punchline thing where, what do you say? Like, Emily, what do you say? I put CCs on her like like I'm a breast surgeon.
Yeah.
It took us weeks to figure out what he's talking about.
Yeah.
Obviously, I don't know Coco Chanel like that, so I don't know. But yeah,
You know, you're not getting 1,000 CCs anytime soon.
no.
Simile after simile after simile.
Yeah, like yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, in between similes, metaphors.
Yeah.
And that was it. Like that was so much of the album. I think Noah pointed it out, and it was all you could hear for the rest of the album. He had 2 indigenous bars, and it was like reserve like I'm indigenous, and then he had like reserve like I'm aboriginal later in the album, and I was like, bro, that's the same bar. It wasn't even good the first time. He had a couple trans bars in there, which are always like, I've only heard one trans bar where I was like, it was funny, and it was funny because it was FBG Duck, and that guy was funny.
What was it? Transport on the Drake one? I missed it.
I forget. We're gonna have to Shrey get on that.
Shrey get on that.
I hope you know that's
get
become
on
like
that.
a bit.
Jamie, pull it up.
Yeah, exactly. Shrey, pull that up real quick.
But yeah, no, you go ahead. I'll pull it up.
And now I'm curious.
How about you both?
Let's see if Google AI gets it.
Drake trans. Search that
No,
up.
it's just sent a full video. There you go. But yeah, I thought Iceman was pretty ass. And then Maid of Honor, we listened to 2 songs, and I was like, this is like the best of the content so far. And then I left before what was the Cheetah song with Sexy Red? I got out of the car.
Something Cheetah, yeah.
Yeah, Cheetah Print or something.
Cheetah Print. Yeah.
Right before that song was on, and we like say goodbye. I left, and then I got a text message, and they were like, "Spencer, you should not have left. Like you needed to hear that song."
Yeah.
I was like on my way to bed after the shower, listening to it out of my phone speaker, and it was unironically probably like the most fun I had in the entire album.
Damn. One smack this time. Right cheek, let's go.
Yeah.
Let's go. Right cheek,
Left cheek, let's go. Oh my, that shit was so good.
Nah, I have so many problems with Drake, yo. I really can't bring myself to like the guy like that. And I'm gonna, hey, listeners, keep an eye out for the article. I just proposed an article about that. My issues with Drake, and you'll see why. But I have to admit, like the Iceman rollout was great. It was very Toronto. Like
I saw the ice block. I was just on the TTC. I saw the ice block, which means I was there.
Yeah.
I think that's the only thing I saw.
Yeah. What else did he do? The CN Tower shit. Like the projecting lights on the CN Tower that made it look like it was frozen. That was really cool.
Mm-hmm.
And like a shit ton of people gathered around the CN Tower to listen to a Drake album, and they had fireworks and shit like that. You know.
Mm-hmm.
The city put it on for him, and the videos. He has a video with Olivia Chow's mayor chain on, rapping in the mayor office or whatever you call it. Like, he's a cheeky little guy.
Can I get a shout out to Olivia Chow? Everyone on Instagram news hates her so much, but I honestly like.
First of all,
I kind of fuck with her a little bit.
No,
you know,
you finish. Yeah,
people hate her for the wrong reasons.
Yeah,
and. This is a slight tangent, but if you notice, I noticed you said Instagram news, and you're right. But Instagram doesn't allow Canadian news, right? But specifically, what people have been finding is these like meme slash, I don't know, like these meme, I don't know, they come off as meme accounts, but like they post.
Like Six Buzz?
Yeah, like Six Buzz, exactly.
Like
kind of like skirt around that and like essentially like push a right-wing message on it.
Yeah, they'll talk about like DJ Academics for like 2 weeks and then drop like, oh, did you know that Olivia Chow is Hitler?
Right. But no,
by the way, totally joking, by the way, but we works for Six Buzz.
Wait, we're joking?
We're joking.
Yeah, we're joking.
People who work for Six Buzz are ontologically evil.
Okay, here's the thing is I'm getting like MPPs or whatever. I'm forgetting the exact names right now.
Well, that's because it's not on private
They're
accounts.
posting the exact same shit.
Yeah, because
all the
party
comments
message.
are the exact same shit. And it's fucking whack, man.
Spencer learns about party politics for
Literally,
the first time.
Yes. But I fucking love it.
Sometimes a bit weird.
Yeah, I mean, who would have thought a party coordinates its message?
What was the... Well, we're getting off of the ice. It's Iceman. It's
Iceman.
Okay.
We used to be a nice man.
We're a few
I
weeks
used
off.
to be a nice man.
Hot and cold.
What? Holy shit.
And the Queen's line is such a travesty, yo. Anyway.
I don't think it was that good. Was it?
No, it wasn't.
Okay, just want to make sure.
Yeah. So the Iceman album itself, I agree, Spencer. I don't know. There's like 3 or 4 songs. The first song was great. And then he has a song in there produced by Overcast that was also really great. And I don't know. I like Plot Twist as well. I think that's it. That's all
I noticed listening to Iceman was that I literally could not focus on it a lot of the time.
Yeah.
It was never bad. It was so neutral. I think I described it in the group chat as it's the music they play at the club to get people to buy drinks.
I mean, yeah, like he's
and
trying to.
and they always fail.
Yeah,
He was
like-
buying a $30 at Drake.
Yeah.
So how does it compare? I mean, how do you like the rest of Drake's albums? Like, do you actually like Drake or no?
He's dropped straight ass since 2017. So it's been a decade of shit.
No, I
So,
think
okay,
like,
so-
Spencer is mostly right. Like Views, I said like
Bigger than ever.
Views was the last great Drake album I've seen. Yo,
What's thoughts on God's Plan and all that?
yeah, if you were in high school when Drake was dropping these songs
hmm
and you had your prom and you was turning up in that hotel lobby or that banquet hall or whatever it was, you know the effect Drake had on the city at that time. Like,
Oh, yeah.
he had a like control. Come on, like that, it was popping off at that time, and that was like, and for rap and hip hop, like I think usually at least like the best I feel for the Canadian rappers is when they tap really into the especially Toronto culture. Is like it's so much you can explore in Toronto when it comes to that, and he did that, and then after that it was just like lazy writing.
AI writing.
Yeah.
Yeah, may as well
Every
have been.
album would have
Didn't they
three-
use AI writing on some of his diss tracks to when Kendrick's
Yeah,
his
Tupac.
beef was going on?
Oh, it was the AI voice. I don't know if they actually had the AI write it. Actually, I don't think AI would have thought of that shit, bro. Like, because the AI would have advised him against saying what he was saying. That's what he said.
I don't know, man. A lot of AI is pretty obsequious.
I mean, sure, yeah. But then he dropped Honestly Nevermind in 2022, which was a club album.
I liked it.
That was my favorite Drake album since
Whoa.
I liked Honestly Nevermind.
since Nothing Was the Same. That
Oh,
was
okay.
an incredible album. I love that.
I saw your post that was like he tried something and everyone hated him for trying something.
Yeah.
I just genuinely like I thought it was like because it was going to like dance, right? That
Yeah.
was it.
Yeah.
And I was like, I sat there and I was like, okay, Beyonce just went into dance, and like in my mind I was like, okay, Drake just kind of did a lot like dance, but like worse.
No. I think
So-
there's a rumor. So I think this album dropped before. This album dropped after Beyonce dropped the single for the Renaissance album, but it dropped before the Renaissance full album actually dropped. And there's a rumor that Drake knew Beyonce was gonna drop a dance album, and then within like 5 days put together his own dance album and then dropped it.
I thought it was like post Renaissance, pre Cowboy Carter or something, but I'm probably just making that up. Like,
I
I don't
might be
know.
wrong as well. I'm just like thinking of people who online who are saying that, but that's why I really like Made of Armor is my favorite one.
Yeah.
I think that's the best Drake album. It's still not like as good as my favorite Drake album is Nothing Was the Same. It's not as good as Nothing Was the Same, but Maid of Honor is like him actually trying something different and trying to come to terms with the shit that he's always talking about. Like the album is like full of like, yo, let's go. Like, okay, the album starts with someone's mom talking to someone saying,
You deserve
you-
more than 2 fingers.
they're saying like, you gotta settle down, baby. You gotta settle down. Like, none of this party and shit. I want some babies. And the daughter's like, you're ruining my day, mom. I'm having motion. And then the after that is dance songs throughout. And like, let's do drugs, let's party, let's drink, like women, sex, drugs, whatever it is. And then the last song is like, I've never heard a Drake instrumental like this before. This distorted guitar, like off. It sounds very harsh, kind of sound. And he's talking about a woman who's died from an overdose and like having to come to like terms with, you know, maybe my mom was right in the beginning when she told me to settle down at this point. Maybe I'm too old to be doing all of these things, because all it really does is to lead to like to death like that. And in that case, like I'm like, whoa, he made an incredible album.
Yeah.
I gotta say, like if he's doing that. But Habibti, I could not listen to that shit. Yo. That shit was garbage. Like it was bad throughout.
I had a moment listening to Habibti where I was driving around Toronto and I looked out the window and I like the CN Tower was there
Yeah.
and I saw 10,000 high schoolers in 2017 like playing Drake, posting that shit on their Instagram story or something like that. Like I saw that vision, I felt it for like 15 seconds and I was like, okay, I can understand something about this album.
Yeah, I mean,
Maid of Honor, actually, yeah, it did much more for me. I was actually having fun.
yeah,
I think a lot of people were like hating a little much for like some of the moments on Maid of Honor. I think they were just doing an anti-fun thing.
yeah. I mean, like the fucking sexy red song. I like that. I'm sorry. Like she said, like left cheek 2 pumps, and I pumped my left cheek twice.
Yes!
Like, I'm shaking my ass to this album, and I'm gonna see what it does at Do West Fest. Like that's the real test. So June 5th to 7th. Shout out Toronto events.
That thing's probably room temperature, by the way.
Hell yeah. This is,
But-
we're about to fight.
just to wrap up this segment. Also the funny thing is one of my favorite rappers is JPEG Mafia.
Yeah.
He is I think maybe my favorite rapper. I love all of his albums. My favorite one is this one called All My Heroes Are Cornballs. And unfortunately the man has been determined to live out that album's title to his true life. He's been such a cornball in the last, I don't know, 2 years or so. But anyway, he dropped this album called Experimental Rap. And I can't believe I'm saying this. I listened to that twice, and I put the Drake back on.
Damn, whoa.
Yo,
Yeah.
I cut the Drake back on. I couldn't listen to JPEG. Like, I'm sorry.
I've been
was-
I'm still digesting the Peggy album.
Yeah.
It's on the first listen and the second listen, it was like I pretty much instantly got into it. Most Peggy album, I'm like, I have never got super into Peggy. All My Heroes Are Cornballs is my favorite, because I was able to really get into that one and listen to it for some months and stuff like that. And this one, it's like first, second listen, I was like, wow, I'm actually like really enjoying this, but it hasn't just like grabbed me or pushed me away yet. It's just kind of like, oh, okay, let me listen to some Peggy again and see where I'm at.
Yeah. No, some
Um,
people like it.
I'm just trying to figure it out. But I've also embraced Peggy being a bit of a cornball. Like, he's always like, he hasn't always, but like in my mind, he's just kind of doing the thing he wants to do. I've never
Yeah.
had him in that zone where I'm like, he can't be.
like Lil
he's-
B.
No, like I've never had him in a zone where I'm like, this is a serious rapper in a way. It's not like Kendrick, where if Kendrick, he was dropping like bim bop, boom bop, boom bop, bam,
Right,
like,
right.
and a lot of people were like, what the fuck is Kendrick on? Like, I want something more from Kendrick. With Peggy, I was always like, if he just throws some bullshit out there and he's having fun, I'm down to just like get into it.
Yeah, that's fair. But yeah, let's just wrap up this segment because Liam is falling asleep.
Yeah.
That's how you know when we don't have Bennett on here. We start getting lost. We start getting lost in the sauce. For the Drake album, like if you're gonna listen to it, listen to all of Maid of Honor. Listen to Make 'Em Cry, Shebang. I like Make 'Em Pay, National Treasures, Plot Twist, Lil Birdie. And then the song is like, what's Vancouver girl? You're from BC. that shit stuck in my head. But anyway.
Also, why? Okay, this is like a wider thing because Cardi did the same thing.
Mhm.
Why is it that serious rappers sound like they're recording in the fucking mom's basement? When Drake is trying to go hype, he's like, "Let's go, let's go." He's
It's
like
a-
whispering into the mic and then just cranking the gain on it a little bit.
I think
Bro, we needed to. You don't need to go as excessive, but Lil Jon was doing something right. He was a
No.
real star, and you could actually scream something out there. It just gets stuck in your head.
Yeah, Roddy Rich. What do you say? What the fuck does that mean?
Yeah,
And it
pull
just-
another cock in my box.
Yeah, sure.
In my
And
box.
it just kind
I
of
just
hit.
like
Like
a cock
Kanye
in the
West has
box.
done that a few times. Like, anyway, welcome to Theory Night in Canada. As you can tell, we're not a serious podcast.
Well, at one point we tried to be, and I got so in my head about everything. I was like, every now and then I'd get something wrong, and I would like crash out for 4 days. And eventually I had to internalize the fact that I'm not a real news network. One, the real news network is getting shit wrong every day,
yeah,
and they get paid for that shit. I pay to do this. I can get some shit wrong sometimes, all right? It's okay.
Yo, because we're talking a little bit about this honest reporting thing, where like, and because CBC is supposed to be, the people who think the
the
CBC is like a
schizos.
communist broadcasting,
Yeah.
corporation kind of thing.
That we wish it was.
Yeah, I know, right? Like the version that they really like, the version they want, they're imagining Canada in their head. I desperately want it to be true. Is like, who is making the free transit in Canada? Like, and where can I vote for them? Like,
Yeah. This is what I always find funny, is it's like, the conservatives, well, one, it's like everyone's like realizing that Carney's just running straight from the right. And the conservatives are still running on communist Carney.
that's
Like,
yeah.
you won, bro. Why?
Right? Like,
Stop fucking
And
complaining.
he's doing shit y'all didn't even think about. Who thought about privatizing the airports?
Yes. He's literally outflanking
He's
the right wing
literally-
from the right, and they're complaining that he's too left wing.
That's it. I think they just they hit a jealous spot. They're like, I can't believe he's saying this.
Yeah.
I
I guess it's purely sports. It's purely sports. For them, they just need to complain. Or maybe I'm just yelling at bots. I don't even fucking know anymore, dude.
Yeah, I stay offline like since that. Like when I go online, I'm looking at like entertainment stuff, like movies and shit. Oh, I'm gonna say something. Oh, sorry. Last thing about Drake.
Yeah.
NFR, some podcast online came to Toronto, Canada, and like try to get a Drake fan out on the streets, and they couldn't find a Drake fan. They asked like 15 people, they couldn't find someone, and one of them was like, "I feel like it's the location," and then they pan around. Can you guess the location? I feel like if you thought hard enough, you could guess. A location where you won't find a single Drake supporter.
Don Mills, because he's a black musician.
Okay.
Where were
fine,
Kendrick
guess.
from?
Say again.
Where were Kendrick from? Like,
Yeah, well, they were in Toronto.
oh, they were in Toronto. Oh,
yeah,
sorry.
yeah.
LA,
Trey not
Toronto.
listening as usual.
He's working. Let
These
him do
kids
his
always
shit.
on their damn
He's
computers.
grinding.
Rosedale?
Okay, Liam,
It'd be really funny if it was Forest Hill.
that'd be really hilarious. It was TMU.
Oh.
Now, if you know Toronto lore, if there's one school that you're gonna find like when was it that they tried to get Drake? Was it 2016 that they tried to get Drake up there?
I can't remember.
Okay, it was
Back
about
before TMU was
about
TMU.
10 years ago. Little bit of Toronto law. TMU tried to get Drake to perform there, and they spent hundreds of thousands of dollars on that. And Drake, I don't know if he was there for a full performance. I heard he barely showed up. But ever since then, they've been trying to crawl out of that, like, because that same like university student government that decided to go hire Drake was also like
The
caught
corrupt one.
embezzling shit. Yeah, and so every single TMU student union election has been on. We're not gonna spend your money on Drake, and we're gonna be fully transparent with our funds. Like, if there was a spot where it was like, it'll be TMU. But anyway, what was I
Also,
saying?
like,
Movies.
people will listen to Drake, but not many people are really fans of Drake like that anymore.
Yeah.
You know, they'll be like, "Oh, I like Drake because his song plays at the club and I like being at the club." But no one is sitting there like,
Did you not see the people trying to break into the ice? And then losing their
Yeah,
minds?
I mean,
Good
yeah,
point, good point.
He's got. They were just in the wrong spot.
Yeah.
I think the location was actually. Like,
honestly, now that like is Nav doing anything? If Nav isn't doing
he's in
anything,
jail, I
Drake,
think.
yeah.
Oh.
So that's probably
is he not in jail?
that is probably why you have people chipping away at the ice for Drake, is because the Nav fans have
No.
nothing to do.
Sorry, I'm thinking of Tory Lanez.
Like,
Yeah.
Nav, I don't think is.
No, Nav is chilling. He's
Yeah,
just not
doing
dropping
anything.
Yeah. The Nav fans are bored, and those are the guys that would show up with like an Audi to chip away at some ice downtown with their four-ways on.
First thing Trey does is look up Nav.
Yeah.
Nav,
Nav,
probably.
in my album reviews,
Yeah? Why? Why do you think I know him?
Yeah, why?
What's the connection?
Man, Trey, you've been to school with so much
Oh, okay.
Toronto celebs. Like,
He's
don't
choking
you have a
now.
connection?
I know, is he?
Nah, don't you have a connection with Lily Sings? You probably have a connection with
She went to my high school.
Russell Peters. You probably
Also
have a
went to the same high school,
connection.
actually.
Yeah, but that's the same high school. They didn't graduate. Four is Trey's
everybody-
like 50 years
What
old.
is that incel gamer guy on YouTube?
There's so
yeah, I
fucking
guess I'm
many.
not really. He's
Yeah.
brown though, which he stands out.
That's why. That's why. That's why you're
Told me
asking.
the other day?
Hassan.
Like, aren't you from Brampton?
Oh my God! Speak that into the mic.
Aren't you from Brampton?
Oh my God.
Okay, I've just looked it up. I've gone to all my album reviews for the last 6 years.
Nana, we're gonna put you in a struggle session
That's
I
fine.
have given out
for
two
for
scores.
anti-Indian racism.
I've given out 2 scores of 0. One is Good Intentions by Nav, and the other is For All the Dogs by Drake.
Damn.
That is
Yeah.
it.
I haven't listened to Nav at all. I don't know. He's not on my radar. Listen to Toby if you want to listen to Toronto.
Do not listen to Nav. He'll take
rapper.
good production and just be the worst part about it.
Yeah.
I know he did another album right beside Good Intentions, which had better production, so I was forced to give it a 1. And that's it. That's it.
All right. Let's start the show.
Let's start the show.
Um,
Show's already started. We've been in
what are
here
we
for
talking about?
who
What
knows.
Are we talking about?
I got some shit written down. One, something that I think I forgot to bring up previously that I have been thinking about nonstop since it happened because I thought it was the funniest thing ever. Carney being like, guys, the world needs to organize around like a new core to find its values, and I suggest that we pick Europe. And I was like, wow, you're feeling so brave. Who would have thunk that the core that you want to pick is the same as the last one? Like,
Well, to be fair, wasn't the last one the U.S.?
the last one's the U.S., but that's still like, I'm calling it a part of.
Like the U.S. Canadian relationship. Like I don't know if this really does this really threaten it in any way. Like I feel like Carney has found several ways to essentially like skirt around the idea that he really doesn't want to cut ties with the U.S.
Yeah.
We can't say that.
Yeah, obviously you can't say it out loud. Oh, why can't he? Like I feel like the sentiment is in that favor,
Because
isn't it?
too many jobs are still associated with the U.S. Until we are cutting them.
Oh, okay,
But
I
it's
see.
still too much.
Yeah.
Yeah, if he actually does something, the U.S. could probably just do a little much. all at
Nuclear
once.
economy.
Yeah. I think it
Yeah.
would be pretty equal, but still, it is fucking annoying that and I see it kind of like bodybuilders that use steroids on post that they're natty on Instagram. It's like, just don't say anything, you know? Like, just shut the fuck up about
Posting
it.
your natty is crazy. What did they say down there? Is this is all by the kale chips I eat every morning?
the Natty O'Hearn duck eggs.
Oh man.
But I did collect some articles
Let's hear it,
as
let's
I
hear
was
it.
at work today. But if I am
Oh,
gonna,
we can do the. If you want to start
Alberta.
with the articles, we can do the Alberta thing. So yeah, we can also talk about the Alberta immigration thing. I just saw the question, and holy shit, like the immigration questions. They have the most fancy website for this I've ever seen. Like, I thought this was a. Yeah. Okay. Well, why bother?
let's take a look.
Oh my god.
A sub article that I'll just bring up while we're doing something is Timmys being like, actually, we never needed foreign workers.
Yeah.
That is so fucking funny.
Like that's the. Yeah. Nah. It's kind of part of the cycle though.
Timmy's
Like,
kind of ruined their brand, didn't
it's-
they?
did they?
Timmy's
is
has been
bad.
ruined for a long time because its food has been dog shit
Eh,
since I was in high school.
like food can be dog shit and you
Yeah.
like you still have like a
Yeah, but I'm pretty sure that if your food is on and coffee is on par with gas station food and coffee,
Yeah,
yeah.
that's
it was pretty
bottom of the
bad.
barrel.
And then they brought out the crispy habanero chicken wraps, and it got a little life bump to it, like the Crunk Isn't Dead music video. Timmy's
Yeah.
Isn't Dead.
Yeah, you fucked with that,
Um,
and then they took that off.
And then it's still there, and the Timmy's coffee is still great. All right?
Look at that.
I gotta say, if I'm looking for somewhere to get coffee and I'm on the road, the Timmy's coffee is probably the best one, maybe with Wendy's. But that's just because I like Wendy's.
Wendy's has coffee.
Wendy's has coffee. And actually, this brings up a story that really pissed me off. When I was working for to
What?
do the
Are you allowed to say that?
Talk about it.
maybe get rid of that.
Yeah.
When I was working for this company,
that were working for this organization.
when I was working for an organization helping do something with an election a long time ago, I saw that Wendy's was introducing coffee. And because they were introducing coffee, they were giving out some free coffee just to try to get people hooked, get people to try something else. And I went to the people at the place and I was like, like they were like, "Oh, we're going to do like a coffee run." And I was like, Wendy's has free coffee right now. And a guy turns to me and goes, "I don't like Wendy's coffee." And
That
I was like,
just
"Bro,
dropped.
they introduced it today." Like you have never had Wendy's coffee. You know it. I know it. You're turning away something free
Yeah.
just to piss me off right now.
Honestly, goated.
Yeah. All right.
Anyway,
Spencer
still,
off
I don't
more.
even know that guy's name. Fuck that guy. If you're listening to this, I fucking hate you.
We need to piss Spencer off more.
Yeah.
Bro,
All right, let's go to Timmy's
I like that they
article.
have square patties. Okay? I think that's right. I think it's good. And they're correct in saying that, oh, what are patties like round when you pick them from the tree? No, you shape that shit. All right?
No, I
Yeah,
think
and
it
squares are
kinda-
also an artificial shape.
Yeah.
I kind of fuck with the. Oh, sorry. I kind of fuck with the square patties. I think. I overall don't mind Wendy's when it comes to burger joints. Like for the fast food ones, I have to go Wendy's.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
but,
I like the Asiago chicken ranch.
yo, that shit. Oh my god, fantastic.
Mhm.
Yeah, I would pay top euro. Speaking of money, for that. But yeah,
the
let's
new
do the Timmy's
central-
Oh my
article.
god, if we join the EU and join the Eurozone, maybe we'll finally be rich in this country.
Holy shit.
Every time I've been to Europe, I'm like, I can feel myself getting infinitely poor every breath I take. Euro conversion's like what? Like,
It's like 2.
like the conversion's very bad.
Yeah.
Look it up right now, Shrey.
Straight pull that up. Straight
pull that
up.
1.6.
Yeah.
1 euro
1.6.
equals 1.6. Oh,
Yeah.
my fucking.
Bro, if we
True.
join the EU, can we at least get some fucking vacation days? Jesus Christ.
Yeah, actually, yeah, if it comes with like a more regulated
Mhm.
internet and like,
Actually, that won't be an EU thing because Greece and Spain
Oh.
are both EU countries and they have very high working hours.
Yep.
Yeah.
Because they kind of ruined their economy accidentally.
No, well, Greece is
Accidentally on
tryna-
purpose.
Even though, of course, the stereotype is that Southern Europeans are lazy.
True.
What?
In
No,
Greece, they legalized the 6-day work week.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Whoa, I didn't know that.
And we're just like, what was it, like 10-hour
To be
days or
fair,
something? They were trying to.
We are south of a lot of Europe, right?
Yeah, so I guess we are
We are
technically.
Southern European. Yeah.
I guess we can call ourselves swarthy Southern Europeans.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
It's time to take a 2-hour nap in the middle of the day.
All right, read this
Look.
Timmy's article.
I didn't even have a Timmy's article. It just Bennett sent that in the
Oh, you
group
didn't read
chat
it?
earlier. No.
Okay, what's the Timmy's
I don't think
story?
anyone ever reads the articles we send to the chat. I don't think we even read the articles we send ourselves.
Yeah, sometimes
Whoa,
you're
Is that
right.
what's happening?
Sometimes
I'm
you're right.
articles I'm sending
I-
y'all.
I do read quite a few articles, but
You
sometimes
guys are headliners? I'm in a group chat with a bunch of headliners.
Please, it's Redditors. Is what it is.
I want to be honest, sometimes I send them because I just think the headline is funny.
True.
You saw the
But
one
I
I sent?
don't say that.
National Post: Western civilization is dead.
Yes, and I
one.
did read that one because I was
The
thinking about
National
reading it for
Socialist
this.
Post.
I just saw at
Well, you're gonna love my where all my articles for today are from.
the National Post just has a bunch of free newspapers at U of T.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, just every fresh issue right there for like they're working hard trying to convert the young people.
Actually, okay, fuck it. We are gonna go with my goat. All right, we're gonna start with my goat, and this is probably gonna be like the only real article discussion that we're gonna have today, unless we pull something out of our asses
Alberta
for like
stuff.
Bill 111 or Bill 11.
There's a lot of that's
yeah,
all
like there's a
Alberta
lot of good stuff to discuss. I don't know what
and the
people have like
Alberta
shit for,
separatist stuff. Yeah.
but we're gonna start with the peak, the pinnacle, the one and only, constantly recurring feature on this podcast. We open up National Post, Barbara K,
oh
baby.
my god.
How anti-Zionists demonize Jews for remembering their own history.
Yo, put in the applause right here.
It's like
Yeah.
what was it, Triple G, where it's like 48 fights, 48 wins, 46 wins by knockout. That's how I feel when I'm about to say Barbara Kay has a new article. This was released May 24th, 2026. And, I'll be honest, you guys are going to have to fix some of my pronunciation probably, because she just sprinkled in a lot of words into this one. Conservative panjandrum Ben Shapiro told attendees at a debut Toronto symposium on anti-Zionism last Sunday that anti-Zionists are so committed to the premise that Israel, alone of nations, is unworthy of existence that they cannot make their case without lying. They must lie about Israel, lie about its army, lie about its enemies, and ultimately lie about the Jews themselves. True, but how they lie falls along a spectrum. Decent people are not recruited to anti-Zionism by the cretinous behavior of the death to the IDF rabble, but they are susceptible to the blandishments of more in sorrow ideologues and thought leaders that gussy up their anti-Zionism with custom-made theories and reports whose thrust just happens to demonize Israel. I was trying to read this, and all I could think is, like, why is she writing like that so far?
Yeah, like
Like, panjandrum?
I thought that
As
was a
the
fake word.
yeah,
What does that mean?
I'm
Is it actually
still
a
not
word?
sure if that's a real word.
Ah, shoot. I'm gonna have to search this up.
Trey, pull
Okay.
that up.
And how do I spell it?
P-A-N.
Got it. It's a self-important, pompous, or pretentious official.
Wow.
Good pick, honestly.
What's the word for? Never mind.
It's from England. It's like actual English word.
That's not derived from French.
No, it's a pure English. Some guy from
Shut
England
up. We
made
found the one English word.
Yeah.
True. Okay. But yeah. What is she talking about? Like, she's talking about Ben Shapiro saying something. She hasn't even gotten to her point yet.
I don't think she's really gotten to her point yet. Yeah,
Okay.
I'm really focusing on reading clearly, so it means that my actual skills of figuring where I'm at they're at low right now. But I'll continue on because I have some side pivots coming in a couple paragraphs.
Yeah, I also have thoughts on that. But yeah, go ahead.
For an extreme example of the type, in 2005, Hebrew University sociology student and ardent anti-Zionist Tal Nitzan began work on a master's thesis examining presumed systematic rape of Palestinian women by the IDF. This I find fundamentally funny because I thought history was supposed to have started on October 7th. And she's
Wait.
already getting into people have been saying the IDF have been systematically raping people since at least 2005.
Oh,
She's accidentally giving up a little bit of the game
yeah,
here.
yeah.
Which, thinking of, I was at a Palestine protest last weekend.
There's a Nakba Day one.
Nakba Day, yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
And I had eventually they paused for a second and all the sound stopped and they just went on the mics and said, guys, there are a ton of people that are about to come out and harass you right now.
Oh, really?
Please be aware. Do not lead into it. The first one I saw was just a guy that immediately went and stopped a girl in a wheelchair and started yelling at her.
Oh my god.
And I was like, okay, that's a good start. And then a girl came up to me and was like, oh, you want to you guys care so much about Palestine. Why don't you go over there and die with all of the children over there?
Yeah.
And I was like, why? I thought the game was to say that that's not happening. Right?
Yeah, I think these people, there's I think you it's people who are having online arguments in real life, and I don't know, at the end of the day, it's hard to ignore them, but you just kind of have to ignore them. There's nothing you can say. They're not asking you any kind of question in any serious way, and they're surely not interested in any real answer. So fuck them,
Yeah.
disengage. But
I figure when you're starting to say oh, go die with the children,
yeah,
at some point, don't you look in the mirror and be like, what am I becoming?
No, because
But-
these people are fundamentally inhuman Nazis.
That's true. That's true.
They people who say that sort of shit have literally just given given up a lot of their humanity because they're like, I think some people are just less of people.
Yeah, some people do not count as fully human.
Yeah.
And
I mean,
Yeah, to
let's not take it there, but
well, that's what they're
that's
at.
what
That's
they're
what they're
saying.
at.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay,
yeah,
okay.
yeah.
yeah, I'm saying that they think that Palestinians are like Untermensch.
Yeah, no, yeah, they do, yeah, I think you're right. Some people
Yeah, or the
actually,
people. Same with the people that are like, oh, you know what, like, you're gay. You know what they do to you in Palestine,
yeah,
and it's like they're so lost in this like theoretical rights thing that they forget that Palestinians, all if we are for gay rights, for human rights,
mhm,
Palestinians should also be part of that.
yeah, and I mean that like a gay person would die in Palestine. A family family member hit me with that the other day, and this isn't like a random person, so it's hard to just ignore it and be like, I'm not gonna talk to you about it. So I'm like, if I find you a gay person who went to Palestine and didn't die, are you gonna take it back? And he's like, I don't think you can find one. I found one because I already knew. I already knew.
Yeah, I've
Like,
seen the missions that go.
Yeah, no, there's
And let me
I
guess, they
forget-
didn't say anything.
Say again.
And like
No, yeah, because it's not like it's not about that at all. Like it's like
it's a one up. It's
yeah,
attempt at a one up.
yeah, like it's never about the actual, like they don't really care about you being attacked for being gay. They want to find a way to make you care less about this shit.
All right, so I'll continue. To her chagrin, Nitzan couldn't find a single documented case of rape by an IDF soldier. Undeterred, she adjusted her thesis. The IDF were now still bent on humiliating Palestinian women, but her new theory was that they had accomplished this by refusing to rape them. Nitzan wrote, the lack of military rape merely strengthens the ethnic boundaries and clarifies the interethnic differences, just as organized by what military rape would have done. I haven't read this. I don't really know what this is on about. I thought it was giving up the game a little bit, saying that it was supposed to happen, but it is Barbara Kay. She's got that under wrap to some degree. But this is where the pivot starts to happen, in my mind. For a more famous and recent example, Nicholas Kristof, the New York Times Pulitzer Prize winning journalist, with a known tendency to ski off his professional piste and down into rabbit holes, is still weathering blowback from high integrity critics for his May 11th opinion
High integrity
column.
critics like David Frum, the guy who wrote the Axis of Evil speech and was a massive propagandist for the Iraq War. That human scum.
So he wrote an opinion piece, "The Silence That Meets the Rape of Palestinians." Now, not mentioned in this article, there was a recent case of IDF soldiers on video raping Palestinians, and then they were going to be punished because it broke containment
weren't
and
gonna
was
be
shown
punished.
to the West. And then there were mass protests across Israel to not punish them, what are broadly referred to, I guess, in progressive circles as the right to rape protests.
No,
where
the right
they
to rape
said that, like,
riots, because they were also trying to
Yeah.
they were rioting and even trying to break into a military prison where these rapists were being held.
Yeah. And they were released and awarded medals for being war heroes. Essentially.
Yeah, and one of
in
them
the
is
end.
on Israeli TV all the time.
Yeah. So this is, I'll add that as a backdrop. In it, he compares the horrific abuse inflicted of Israeli women on October 7th to sexual violence against imprisoned male Palestinians he says is happening day after day. His charges are unreliably sourced, and he did not ask the Israel Prison Service for comment.
Hey, Barbara, you want to talk about unreliably sourced? Stones and glass houses, man.
I'm about to pull up one of her sources. Do not worry. His charges are, oh yeah, we just read that. Yet claims sexual violence is, as a United Nations report put it, standard operating procedure in Israeli prisons. Kristof's acceptance of implausible, unverified personal accounts of rape by purpose-trained dogs is especially repulsive, and in a hyperlinked thing, does not stand to scrutiny.
It was that hyperlink lead to.
Let's open that hyperlink for a second and read a couple paragraphs there. I've skipped a couple paragraphs that are like related to other things and stuff like that. The story of trained rape dogs does not hold up. Let's start with what is known of the biology of male dogs. Their penises are small and thin. They only become erect when they smell pheromones of a female dog in heat. Brandon McMillan, the 3-time Emmy-winning host of
Okay,
CBS's Lucky
one,
Dog.
you could tell Barbara Kay's never had a pet dog in her life.
Mhm.
Male dogs give
Yes.
boners all the fucking time.
I have been in a house with one dog, and it's just gotten a boner on the floor.
My dog has gotten a boner when he's waiting for us to give him dinner.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
Dogs just
Male
be
dogs
doing
get
that
boners because
shit.
they're excited. It's just because they're excited in like a generic sense.
Yeah. Also,
Especially when they're young.
how many dogs will just like hump people's leg? Have we ever heard of that phenomenon before? So
woman's
he
being,
says
like,
he has never
willfully
heard of a
obtuse.
dog who was trained to rape a human and doubted that this was possible. This is not a great start. This was like a pretty nauseating read. When a female is in heat, the pheromones released carry it to the male canine, McMillan said. That is how they reproduce and the miracle happens. I don't see how you could train a dog to do that. The dog has to get turned on, for lack of a better word. This, to me, is like the classic rape blame the victim thing. Where it's like, oh, women's bodies have ways of shutting it down. It's like a kind of close mirror of that.
Ultimately, like, it's such a. You go ahead.
Christoph claimed on X, the Everything app, formerly known as Twitter, on Tuesday that at least 3 different medical journal articles discuss rectal injuries in humans from anal penetration by dogs. Again, giving up the game a little bit. He did not provide links to those studies. There is one historical claim of a dog trained to rape prisoners. A German shepherd named Velodia was allegedly trained to rape human female prisoners during Augusto Pinochet's dictatorship at Chile. This was reported by a Chilean Truth and Reconciliation Commission based on the testimony of victims. Again,
Okay,
we've never heard of a dog being trained to do this.
gives an example.
Here's an example of a dog that was trained to do this. This was such an insane moment to me because, like the other things that I've talked about already, they're going from like they're dropping the ball on this isn't happening. They're dropping the ball on even just like blaming anti-Semitism, and they're literally just like, oh, a dog wouldn't rape a human, and that's their whole argument, right?
That event that what's her nuts is referencing in there. Is that the one that Jesse Brown Canada Land was hosting, or is that a different one?
I'm
Wait,
not sure.
Which event, sorry?
He said Ben Shapiro was in Toronto, or no?
Oh, yeah.
yeah.
At the start of the article, this
Yes.
was the recent Ben Shapiro visit, I believe.
Yeah, Jesse Brown, I don't really follow Canada Land.
Yeah.
But holy shit, this guy going from like basically like textually yelling at Ben Shapiro on Twitter for being an inspiration for the Quebec City mosque shooter to being buddy and sharing a stage with him, and then also like I think Jesse also denied ever speaking poorly of Ben Shapiro, or no, he denied on Twitter of ever knowing who Ben Shapiro was before this
Right?
conference.
Whoa.
Well, we
Bro,
still
Ben
have the tweets
Shapiro's a
up.
nobody now.
Yeah.
But like Ben Shapiro was like
Okay,
bro, he
so
was
like
moving
plenty
like
of people,
Michael Jordan
plenty
like
of people
10
have
years
not
ago.
heard of Ben Shapiro.
Mhm.
To be fair, but this guy claiming that he hasn't heard of Ben Shapiro, while we have tweets yelling at him for being one of the key inspirations for the Quebec City mosque shooter,
Yeah.
is like
I mean, if you're a journalist,
it is a perfect example of how sloppy and dishonest Jesse Brown is.
Right. This is more giving up the game. Another problem with the report is that Christoph cites the Euromed Human Rights Monitor, which amplified the dog rape claims in April. The Switzerland-based organization purports to be a neutral human rights group, but it has a history of spreading libel against Israel, such as its November 2023 report that raised concerns about the IDF harvesting organs of Palestinian corpses.
This is something that I'm pretty sure that has been admitted to.
Yeah. And like it's
least
an
in the
open
past.
secret. And we know that like Israeli people have just said like, yeah, we do that. Why would we use our own when we have theirs? Like
I think it's been something that Israel has admitted to within the past 20 years, but I think has denied that it still continues.
So this article, I've like trimmed half the paragraphs, but like this is supposed to be a pro-Israel article, and everything they do trying to defend Israel is like, oh, you guys actually listen to the UN report. I can't even make up something that's worse than this.
Yeah.
Like, I genuinely can't. I can't make up something that's overblown and worse than what they're saying they're constantly accused of doing. It's just nuts. Yeah, Conricus, however, said there was no evidence of sexual abuse was a systemic practice in Israelis' jails, as Euromed and Christoph claim. There is no comparison to be made between the terrorists who invaded the country, raped, killed, and mutilated people, and the heavy-handed treatment of Israeli guards against Palestinian terrorists who have been caught. Again, I included that because the people who did not allow investigation into sexual abuse on October 7th was Israel.
Independent, rather.
Yeah. So where was it? That was the doesn't stand up to scrutiny, which was just it kind of does. Ironically, Christoph begins his column with a thesis is a simple proposition: whatever our views of the Middle East conflict, we should be able to unite in condemning rape. But it's not simple at all when perceived through a political lens. Indeed, Christoph's whole column belies his own assertion that clear whataboutist intent is to deflect away from the uniquely sadistic features of October 7th sexual violence, as I just said, blocked from investigation by Israel, gross sexual torture and mutilation, necrophilia, forced family participation, in order to indict the entire nation of Israel for the crimes of individual rogue officers. Such crimes are deplorable in Israel, but no different from abuses practiced in prisons all over the U.S.
And
That's crazy. They said, yeah.
prison rape by officers, totally fine, by the way, because it also happens elsewhere.
And as she like is saying someone else is doing whataboutism, she's like, oh yeah, but they do it there too.
Yeah.
Then there's this academic Naomi Klein, Canada's leading Marxist
This
public.
academic. Like, she's an unknown figure.
Yeah.
She's like a
Well-
first lady.
Oh, she does say Canada's leading Marxist public intellectual who chose a more inventive and sophisticated form of whataboutism in a feature she wrote for The Guardian on October 2024 called How Israel Has Made Trauma a Weapon of War. Klein alludes up front to Hamas's surprise bloody attacks, although that is her essay's last allusion to Hamas or specific attack details. Her beef is with Israel and Jewish diaspora's response to the event. For Nitzan, non-rape was a weapon of war. For Klein, that weapon is Jews' excessive memory culture. That is, the tendency to turn traumatic events into educational experiences through art and technology.
Oh, by the way, Barbara Kay is the exact kind of woman who whines about how that like black people cry too much about slavery.
Yeah,
She's the exact kind of woman.
yeah.
It's okay when like
Indigenous
what?
people.
It's okay when like I do it, but like not when like other people do it.
Yeah. She has got some insane articles. I'd be shocked if we couldn't find one.
Barbara Kay, if you're
of
ever
that.
listening to this, I think you are a stupid and incompetent journalist, and you are like most every other major journalist in this country, stupid and incompetent.
Mhm.
Yeah. I have a feeling though, like this kind of feels like rage bait too. Like
But all of her articles are like this.
that's what I'm saying. Like
She's like
you know,
purposely like provocative and like sensational, and because like I don't know, like she's like an attack dog for the National Socialist Post.
yeah, she writes for I don't know, the nation's leading conservative newspaper.
Yeah.
In a time where
The focus of Beobachta.
yeah, in a time where conservatism in Canada has never really, it's been flourishing since Carney.
Well, at least
assumed-
economic conservative, but she's always been like a social and economic conservative.
which and we know, I actually don't know if they've done any polls on this in Canada, but from the U.S., people don't really care about like this whole like culture war shit like that.
Yeah.
Like no, they don't. It was
It's constantly drummed up, but when you actually like talk to people and give reasons for why they voted for who they voted for and stuff like
It
that,
was
and
all
what people care
economic.
about, it's
yeah.
it actually
Well, some of it's insane stuff.
Mhm.
Like, a lot of people who voted for Trump
That's
vote
the
for Trump
trans
because
stuff,
it's like
yeah.
he's gonna get rid of immigrants, or he's
Oh,
gonna
that's
deport people.
economic.
Yeah.
But yeah, again,
Yeah.
people
They-
at least had an economic facade over immigrants when they were talking about like what actually influenced them. There are like when you go online, everyone hates every immigrant viscerally. In the real world, there's much less of that.
Yeah, like I remember
By just bots. That's what I believe.
that's it.
Mhm.
Yeah,
It's probably a ton
Okay,
of bots.
but at the same
but
time, also
also-
like the average American voter is like not very like what we would consider politically aligned. They have like often very schizophrenic views. You'll have like if you ask them about 5 opinions, 2 or 3 will be like left wing, 2 or 3 will be right wing.
I mean, like I feel like then they're just like victim to growing up in a country where like they I mean like when they teach you about capitalism, it's inherently filled with so much contradictions, and so you think you're fighting for like a higher pay and stuff like that, but you think that's conservative, and promoting the union is conservative. Like there's I think a lot of people fall victim to that, and some people just take it to another level that others don't. Like they take it to hating immigrants, whereas some people stay on the I'm just trying to get a pay raise, bro. Kind
Yeah.
of thing.
Like, and also like especially with America with the whole states' rights things, a lot of people fundamentally think that voting right wing just means like voting for more local stuff. And I think that's literally like a thing they have there is they're like, oh, it's individual freedoms and states' rights. Voting like a Republican means voting for more local power, and voting for Democrats is more federal power. And that so whatever belief they have, it doesn't fucking matter because they're like, oh yeah, I want like a community.
Yeah.
Um,
Interestingly, I've heard a Canadian have that argument for why they voted for Doug Ford and Carney.
Whoa, yeah.
I mean, honestly,
they are best pals at this
Yeah,
point, so maybe
yeah.
they actually got it right.
Well, Ford's a liberal though, so.
Yeah, exactly. The problem is they're both secretly NDPers.
I mean, he's like he's a blue grit.
So let me
Ford?
give Barbara Kay.
You said Ford was a
I
liberal.
was joking.
I would love not to read
I mean,
full
I think
Barbara
he's
Kay.
like kind of like he could easily be a right wing liberal.
No. Remember, this is the same Ford like 6 years ago. Like this is the furthest right preview we've ever seen in our country's history.
The
Yeah.
conservative way is just the same as liberalism, but you're openly
The furthest
corrupt.
right in this country's history, we're ignoring Jason Kenney.
Well,
Well,
that was
like
before Jason Kenney.
Ford is kind of
he was in after Jason Kenney was elected.
No, he was.
Ford?
Ford is first.
He
Ford
was-
is 2018. Jason Kenney's 2019.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, I mean, look who you're talking to. I think what Ford does is he tapped into what we were talking about earlier. Like he knows how to play that game that a lot of people grow up not really educated on what political position means what, and so you can just speak straight to the issues. Like we're um we're gonna like build a new private highway, but look all the unions that we're gonna like all these
Yeah.
union jobs are gonna get like, so the unions are happy because they actually get what they wanted, but they
Yep.
don't think about the wider implications of it. But yeah, go ahead, Spence.
So let me I want to just go over the last of the Barbara Kay article because she has a beautiful way of turning it around. Israelis and diaspora Jews' continuous mourning over October 7th disturbs Klein. She says that she herself openly grieved the Israeli citizens killed on October 7th, but also pointed out that Palestinian lives are systematically treated as ungrievable, whatever that means.
Whoa.
which I think is like it's such a like understandable point, and then Barbara Kay just adds on whatever that means.
Yeah.
Where it's like, yeah, she's literally saying that we constantly grieve everything
I mean,
about
no, that was
October 7th.
Naomi. She's quoting Naomi.
No, I
Klein.
know.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and then of course
yeah.
being deliberately obtuse as she always is.
Yeah, she quotes Naomi Klein saying, "We always grieve October 7th, but we're not allowed to grieve Palestinians," which is just true.
Yeah.
If you look around, that's like Palestinians are never mentioned anywhere.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's a perfectly fine point, and then she just appends whatever that means. Klein harps testily at length on Holocaust memorialization. Klein finds the promoted nexus between October 7th and the Holocaust extremely annoying, because this linkage, in parentheses quite properly, likens Hamas to the original Nazis. In the anti-Zionist playbook, Klein cannot abandon. It is only permissible to invoke the Holocaust in its inversion form, where the Israelis are the new Nazis and Palestinians are the new Jews. End of paragraph. Thank you, Barbara Klein. or Barbara Klein. Barbara Kay. Klein is particularly hard on the documentaries and exhibitions that show footage from the invaders' GoPro cameras or that recreate scenes of violence such as the Nova exhibition. Focusing on only your own group suffering can, as she claims, provide rationalizations for genocide. Here is my summary take on Klein's train of logic. October 7th was bad, but the aesthetic and commemorative expression of Israelis' trauma is worse. Jews' obsession with remembering their own trauma excludes Palestinians' aspirations to remember Israel, that is, to make it whole again in their eyes, by returning and replacing Israeli Jews, which is justifiable because colonialism. And therefore, Israel should suppress public grieving, but Israel won't listen to Klein, and therefore Israel, by encouraging all this memorialization business, using genocide in the past to justify a genocide in the present, while in the grips of a nuclear-armed colonial revenge frenzy, is guilty of genocidal intention, and therefore Israel has no right to exist.
So first thing, Barbara, what a terribly written sentence.
Yeah.
You fucking hack. Second, I don't think Naomi ever said that the Israeli government shouldn't be commemorating October 7th. If she did, then I will say that that's incredibly stupid on Naomi's part, because like what would they not do? They're gonna jump on this shit because it's like good for them.
I think if she did, we would have heard about it through Naomi Klein's husband becoming the leader of the NDP.
Oh yeah.
Like, people would have dug that shit up instantly and forced him to answer for it. But also, Barbara Kay, thank you for like a kind of pretty good summary of the situation at the end there.
Yeah.
I appreciate it.
I mean, she summarized it, but I thought it was like that whole fucking run-on sentence was pretty tortured.
Oh yeah, possibly. I might have also just in my reading accidentally
That's the kind of
embellished it a
thing.
little bit.
That's the
but-
kind of thing a STEM major would write,
yeah,
not a
yes.
humanities major.
Have you seen a Rick
Yes.
Bell post? Or Rick Bell article?
Who?
Rick Bell is the guy who's running the Calgary, the Alberta separation. He's got some great articles.
As in, like, great as in this is unreadable.
Ready for this? You don't even have to read it. Just
Someone hit me with the headline.
Oh my god. He's writing articles like he's posting TikToks.
And he just published in the Calgary Herald.
Wait, whoa, not a full line in there.
The first Gen Z article I've ever
like,
seen.
look at this. Smith's referendum posting was bullshit. She was showing a ridiculous lack of leadership. The referendum was a hide.
Actually, let me read this out and also
Whoa.
narrate for our.
Wait, 1 second.
Because
Just before you do
this is an
just before you do
audio.
that, you have read one of his articles.
Oh, this is the one where he freaks out about Avi Lewis being elected,
Yeah.
where he kind of like low key is like kind of anti-Semitic.
Looking like Drake bars.
Oh, I haven't read this
Obster
one.
chops.
I read the opinion piece in the Calgary Herald where it was like the NDP is now communist because Avi Lewis is leader.
I think it was.
I wish they were.
I don't think it was written like that. I think it was written
That
somewhat.
was written normally.
Oh, wait, let's
That was
hope at
written
least he
normally,
puts
so it was
back
written
the,
by like some normal guy
Yeah.
who was like saying that like the NDP is now a Judeo-Bolshevik party.
Let's hope they at least put back the socialist shit.
Okay, so like this guy, yeah, like okay, so I'll show me a sentence. And I'm gonna read it for our viewers. Okay, so and you had Fucking God, Trey.
Uh-oh.
Disable your ad block. You had to know this was coming, period. It didn't take long, period. Line break. Not long at all, comma, as in minutes, period. Line break. One big name in the Alberta independence movement is vein popping pissed, period. Line break. Jeff Rath has become the go-to guy when newshounds want to take the temperature of the Alberta separatists, period. Line break. Right now, Rath's political thermometer indicates a heat wave, period. Line break. What is interesting is not all Alberta separatists are on his wavelength, period. Line break. Rath comes straight to the point, period. He feels Alberta Premier Danielle Smith stabbed the supporters of Alberta independence people in the back, period. Line break. Supporters of Alberta independence people. Brilliant writing. Okay, you know, comma, the people who lined
that's
up...
a good transition, though. Yeah. Sorry, keep reading. This is actually we're learning right now.
You know, comma, the people who lined up at events
I was
in the
laughing
winter.
so hard I got the hiccups. I lost track of where my brain was going.
Incredible producing, bro.
Yes.
That was on purpose.
I thought we were literally just doing this for the
I know.
for the
That was
sentence
the
structure.
transition.
Yeah, that's my goat right there.
Or
Ladies
lack
and
thereof.
gentlemen, this is how a real show works. We tell you what the transition is going to be ahead of time.
Bro,
Anyway, Liam, go
I
ahead.
overfilled my stomach with beer, was laughing at the line breaks. I got the hiccups, and then I had to figure out what was going on in the aggregate.
Nice. What? Okay, so where was I?
I just like this
you
one.
know, comma, the people who lined up at events in the winter and signed a petition demanding a clear question, period, line break.
Was that a full?
Every time I say
sentence?
line break, it's literally like hits enter,
No,
new paragraph.
But was that a full sentence? That last
Yes,
one.
you know, the people who lined up at events in winter and signed a petition demanding a clear question, period. The you know, comma indicates that you're asking a rhetorical question, but he didn't end that sentence
With a
with a question mark.
Yeah.
So like,
So it's not.
So it's-
No,
Oh my
well,
God.
And then-
no, the rhetorical question's the next line.
yes, but that is also a rhetorical question.
Yeah.
Demanding a okay, actually no. You know what? This is me doing some like sentence structure criticism. So he wrote, you know,
Get on
comma,
his ass, Liam.
and then he said, should Alberta remain in Canada or leave Canada? Question mark. Line break. What he should have done is put, you know, comma, the people who lined up at events in the winter and signed a petition demanding a clear question. He should have then put, comma, should Alberta remain in Canada or leave Canada? Question mark.
Yeah.
Instead of like what I just fucking read. Anyway.
Who edits this and puts the go ahead stamp?
Yo, I actually.
Yeah,
okay.
like who let this guy write?
Yeah.
He's one of the top writers in Alberta.
I hate to say
What?
this.
Oh my
yeah, he's
god.
been like around for like decades. Doing it.
Are all of his articles like that?
Yeah.
From the
Since he-
beginning?
Yeah,
No,
yeah.
not since he started though.
No, yeah, Rick Bell.
Since he started.
So have you
writing
been able to go
in
back
the
and find his
University of
old...
Alberta Tribune, whatever their
Maybe, I don't
newspaper
know.
is?
So, but are you able to at least go back in his published career in a paper of record and see if all of his articles are like that?
Like, I have to go. I just like scroll.
Okay,
a
no,
lot.
why? No, while you're looking that up, like I have to admit, I probably hate this guy and everything else he stands for. This kind of writing is kind of fly. I gotta say, it reminds me of Cormac McCarthy just saying "fuck you" to punctuations.
It's perfect for a TikTok brain gentleman. If you.
Yeah, no, like he's just saying like. Fuck
Nano, that was the most
existing
STEM brain
sentence.
sentence you could have ever uttered.
Say again.
STEM brained ass sentence. This is why humanities students think you idiots in STEM can't write for shit.
No.
Because you're like, this TikTok ass writing style is super great.
No,
Fired,
I don't think like the what are you saying?
He's kind of
is shit.
cooking.
No, he's not. He's never cooking.
A sentence that is like 3 words long, period, new paragraph.
No, I think that's inventive. Like when someone writes a poem and
Yeah,
it's like
maybe
one
in, like,
sentence,
you're
like
cooking.
Yeah, maybe
Yeah.
in literature, but not in journalism.
well, you got to start somewhere. Like,
I don't think this guy's ever gonna publish a novel.
Do you guys see that one thing that was like, I'm trying to figure
This is like
out...
some Rupi Kaur ass writing.
another connection is.
Well, actually, I think also went to.
Okay, so you know how, like, I don't know if you guys saw this, but there was one person online who was like, I wanted to figure out how to make it so that my AI doesn't talk like it's an AI. I want it to talk or, like, give me suggestions that are normal and human. And they were like, I finally figured it out. Here's my prompt. And it was like, I need you to talk like you're a brain dead fucking idiot 55-year-old boomer who doesn't see his kid, has been through
Actually,
2
55-year-olds and
divorces.
Gen X's. Actually.
Gen X's don't exist.
Gen X's do exist, and they're actually the most right-wing generation in America.
Yeah, I believe it. and that was like the thing he did. And this writing is perfect for that exact person. 2 divorces, does nothing now but scroll Facebook for like whatever the Facebook reels are called. And then they're all like garbage. And then he's like, I want to read some real news, real dick in your ass journalism. After my long day where I work so hard, got skid stains in my fucking boxers right now. And then he pulls this article up and he's like, this is cooking.
This is the oldest I could find is 2024.
And it's still
And
the
you
same
still don't like
format.
that. Hey,
All the way back in
Rick Bell?
2024.
you know, you write for a conservative paper, right? I'm guessing.
Yeah.
So I probably don't like anything you say, but hey.
It's not there. The arithmetic is not there. Line break.
It's not. No. It's not there. Period. The arithmetic is not there. Period. Yeah, maybe as like a separate paragraph to start off a whole article. But like every fucking sentence has a new paragraph.
It's a pretty good paragraph,
Yo,
right?
I was like,
Yeah.
It was dismal. Line break.
and that's the whole
That's the
paragraph.
whole
Are you kidding me?
paragraph,
Come on, he's actually like.
Again, the
If it
thing
ain't
is
broke-
that these short paragraphs you have to use. If they're good when you use them for emphasis, and not when it's the entire fucking body of writing.
Right.
Well, everything
No.
he says has to be emphasized.
Yeah,
Exactly.
That's true.
Then
That's how
nothing
you-
has nothing is
No,
emphasized if everything
sorry,
is emphasized.
This is not The Incredibles right now, all right? If you write something that's truly fire, every single sentence needs emphasis.
Exactly.
If you are a really skilled writer, the fact that you can't have every sentence emphasized is an indictment on your writing, if anything.
Here, this was his 2015 article. I did find his 2015 article.
It's a little bit better.
It's a little
would you
bit.
look at that? He's at it.
A little bit.
Wrong
He
and
still
wrong.
hasn't. He still has crazy short paragraphs
what's
a lot of
funny?
the time, but he actually has more normal ones.
Wrong
Okay,
and wrong.
here-
That's
period.
actually a really
Line
effective way, like what
Okay,
Ian was saying.
so here's my theory though. So that's from what year? 2015. That's like 11 years ago.
Mhm.
He's just getting lazy as he gets old.
Mhm.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
Can't get that far.
You know
can't
who
write a
else
full
was
sentence.
lazy when he was penning Blood Meridian? Cormac McCarthy.
Cormac McCarthy writing Blood Meridian like he was getting paid by the word.
Oh man.
But what's going on in Alberta these days?
Alberta, no, nothing. Anyways, what's next? Not much.
Man, so like you guys talked about the huge dachshund list from Alberta, right?
Yes.
Yeah, that was in the one where they deactivated our AIs.
RAIs? What's
What?
Yeah,
Yeah, because me and you are AI constructs.
yeah,
Right.
and
To
see,
fulfill the diversity quota on the
I'm
podcast.
a home
That's right,
lab,
that's right.
so I can't go down. But what we didn't expect was Gemini 3.1 to go down, which is why Bennett's not here right now.
Yeah, it's a bunch of things happening in Alberta since that happened. What I initially said that Shrey said is now old news is Bill 11, which is a new bill that essentially wants to enshrine privatization of Alberta healthcare
Yep.
into.
So what exactly is like the text of the law? Stray?
Like, are we just gonna read the whole last thing?
No, because I want to know, because if it's about complete privatization, I'm pretty sure that's in violation
illegal.
of the healthcare law,
That is
Yeah.
illegal.
healthcare act.
Yeah. So that's the main.
Like
thing.
Yeah.
they literally they
It's an
legally cannot do
amendment.
that. So I assume that it is like it is such extensive privatization of many aspects of it as.
Oh.
You saw
No,
what they're
it-
doing?
it
does.
Okay, no. Trey looks it up and then goes on the Google AI overview to
Yes.
summarize it. The worst, most inaccurate overview.
Wait a
Okay.
second.
the nurse did.
The Google
Yes,
AI
Trey,
overview.
I understand that sometimes it can actually verbatim quote an article, but let me tell you, I have had at least 10 occasions where I've looked something up and it has said something and it has been the exact opposite
Okay.
of what the article has
But
cited.
this one,
But also, sorry, the Google AI overview, doesn't that shit run on Gemini? Where the fuck is Bennett?
Bennett is like a Gemini 4 super soldier. That's why he's in here.
He's their secret one, the Shadow
who do you
Force
think
Gemini.
wrote the overview?
That's a-
Bennett.
There you go.
Gemini probably wrote this article too, by the way.
From the United Nurses.
But yeah,
of Alberta.
my understanding was that it is allowing doctors to do their own private practice on the side, allowing people to pay for healthcare to essentially like get ahead of the time, get faster.
Wait a minute.
Waits and all
How
of
does
that.
Alberta healthcare work in difference to Ontario? Is it like more centralized?
It's more centralized.
So they want to make it worse, like Ontario's?
Yep,
Oh my god.
buddy, we got money to make.
To be fair, Quebec has the most private care model until this. Quebec, you can do private or
Yeah,
public, and
yeah.
most people do private.
And Quebec's outcomes are not good.
Yeah. And the thing with this is like, I've spoken to some conservative doctors who are like, well, so the reason everyone's like, Canada's wait times are awful because the government doesn't want to spend money to actually make have doctors be in a hospital. So there's doctors who are free like 4 days in a week, and then work one day because that's the only time they can really afford to be paid for. And with introducing this new dual practice thing, it doesn't explicitly, cancel the public option, but in essence, if a doctor can make 4 times as much by working one day in private and not working in public at all, why the fuck would he work in a public option?
The UK is famous where they do have a situation where you can, in certain situations, work privately. So they will just be like, come later.
What?
Just come tonight instead. Because after hours, I'll do it for you.
Oh, wow.
Right? And it's private.
That's fucked. I thought the UK was like,
UK is the best.
yeah,
But it is the best. But there are
so-
still broken parts.
Actually, no, it hasn't been the best in like at least half a decade.
So what's the
Who's
best
better
now?
than the UK?
Alberta.
You got me there. I can't name anyone off the top of my head, but the NHS has famously been on the verge of collapse. I'm sure that if we get Ty in here, he'll be able to talk.
No. Okay. I talked to somebody about the NHS. I met a real Brit about the NHS, and she was complaining.
A
to
real
me.
Brexit geezer.
She was very angry at the NHS. She said, "You know how long she had to wait for the clinic? 15 minutes.
1.5?
It's broken. It's all falling apart. Healthcare is broken in the UK."
The UK has
Oh,
been
Okay,
like,
I will say
the
though
NHS
that,
they have been privatizing
so
out as
again,
they can.
Yeah,
that's-
but still the best healthcare
Yeah.
system.
okay. So again, but
They're
you,
living in luxury
your
out
sample
there.
size of one.
Everybody that talks
And-
UK is just like it's
Yeah,
horrible.
And then there's also the fact that there was like a UK hospital that was fairly newly built that had to be abandoned because it wasn't properly built because it was collapsing slowly because the concrete supports weren't properly built to reinforce the X-ray room.
Look, I think the UK's healthcare system is collapsing, but it's still better than everything else.
Yeah. But yeah, and I remember last episode I was on, I erroneously said, "Look at our healthcare system. They're not gonna do anything to it." And here we go.
No, not our.
They're going to be
That's
molesting.
Alberta.
They're molesting the
yes,
healthcare,
yes. But
just like they're molesting the money.
but if this is like successful in Alberta, like I can see all the provinces following suit. Like
It's cheaper
it's yeah. Well, is it cheaper
for a taxpayer.
for
No.
No, yeah.
No, it's not. But
No.
it will be a short-term decrease, right?
They're also allowing privatization of healthcare insurance,
yeah
in the bill.
Yeah.
Which it's just trying to go America style.
Like-
That's what it's trying to do. That is the goal. Which, I mean, that's the whole point of everything. All of this, like the whole Alberta separatist movement, is literally just like 3 American oil companies spending money to try to sow discord. Discord.
Yeah, not Discord, I think, but I get what you're saying.
Yeah.
I'm in a bunch of pro Alberta separation Facebook groups.
Mhm.
You're absolutely right. It's just
That's
AI
all there
slop
is.
content.
Yeah. Which, okay, can I bring up some really old grievances for a second?
You go
Y'all
ahead.
remember when I said that 95% of people go on their computer every day and watch just like 70% of everything they watch is just AI slop?
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, this is what your average person's experience is. All they're watching is AI slop all day.
Uh-huh.
Remember that little argument from a year ago?
I remember that, yeah. And you think you're still right?
I'm so fucking right.
Like
I'm so
I
fucking
don't wanna
right. It's
litigate this, but
unbelievable.
my whole point is like The
Spencer,
internet is built
Yep.
specifically to
you
tailor
need more than
your
a sample
interests.
size of your mom and your sister.
That's what I'm saying. Like you're like
Mhm.
if it's
All right, we
it's-
have the
it's-
Alberta separation groups.
it's tailored around your interests, right? Like
Mhm.
um I don't doubt.
Here, let me
if
check
the
the
people
Google.
you're hanging
The
out
Google
with-
AI summary says more than 50% of articles are AI.
Oh, ew. If the people like you're hanging out with are like are
Like who I'm hanging out
yeah,
with?
like ironically in these groups, or even my mom has a bunch of like YouTube videos and stuff that she watches that's AI, but
And that's a normal person, by the way. You
A
are not
normal
a normal person.
I'm not a normal
motherfucker.
person, yeah,
You-
but I have a lot of friends who are quote unquote normal, who
Yeah.
like, live their lives like, not like the way we do, like so constantly infatuated by news and politics and like I don't know the different shit I don't know what we're trying to do here, nothing. But like they live regular lives and they don't have AI shit on their phone. They don't like AI. Like it's people who are like, if you're, I have a friend who's an artist. Obviously, she's not gonna like AI.
The AI
Never mind.
artist.
Let me think of
Most
someone
repressed
else.
class.
Yeah.
Shrey's just looking up like
Man.
Oh shit!
AI
Actually,
AI
send that
Alberta
to me. I might
separatist
use that for
memes.
the thumbnail.
Yeah, okay, let me send it to you.
But my whole point is like the internet is tailored to your experience. If you are seeing like, perfect. The internet you guys see is different from the internet I see.
Yeah.
Like you guys always mention these people that I've never heard of in my life. Like you're like this Northern Lion guy. Apparently he went
Yeah.
to Queens. Who fucking
Yeah.
knew?
Bro,
Apparently you, but
We're getting hantavirus on the NL Super Cruise.
but like yeah, like it's like so many characters and stuff that you all know about that I could walk past them down the street and I wouldn't bat an eye. Sorry to this gentleman. But like, and that's just the way it works. Like this, like the shit that I'm interested in veers me towards like things, and the shit that you guys are interested in veers you towards other things. And so that's why I'm saying you can't take that and assume widely. What you got, Trey?
Shrey's got
Post that
some-
in the group chat.
Shrey's got some real shit right now.
Shrey posted that one.
Yeah,
Okay.
Sorry.
Anyway, so
I
Bill
out of the
11.
corner of my eye, I saw two eyes just going at me. I didn't mean to get in your way. But yeah, I think that like a lot of people they don't have the effort to care about shit, and when they see a story and it's the AI voice that's like, look at what these two cave divers did down in the caves, and then it's just like a 1 minute story, and it's like one of them went first and the second one went second, and they were swimming, and then the second one said it's a little dusty down here. Like people are just watching like bull fuck ass stories like that,
Yeah.
and that's what they like. They like their 1 minute long slop documentaries.
But even
about
in
something
that
that's never gonna
example,
matter.
like I'm never gonna watch someone talking about a cave diver. Like like I'm never like
No. You got to, because then you'll be like, I'm glad I'm not a cave.
yeah.
would fuck
Like,
so heavy.
I
with going
remember
cave
last time we
diving.
were at Bennett's and you guys were watching.
Spencer's the kind of guy they're gonna make a cave dive video about, where he dies a horrible, gruesome death.
Yeah, this
Oh,
guy
my.
tried to go caving, but he forgot that he was like 100 pounds too heavy for that shit.
Spencer's gonna be like Nutty Putty Cave.
Yeah.
2, Electric Boogaloo.
Anyway, let's wrap this Bill
Referendum?
11.
Oh yeah,
Oh,
we
okay.
haven't even started like our second
Um,
thing, have we?
But essentially, what they're
Oh
doing
yeah,
is
wait.
creating
Did you guys talk about in the last episode how Doug Ford took over the TTC?
What do you mean?
no,
Was
we
that
didn't.
Bill
Let me
98?
wrap this up.
Yeah.
And then we get there. So essentially, Bill 11 introduces a two-tier private public system that allows patients to choose, what option that they wanna work with, and like we said, if doctors are getting paid a shit ton more to do private practice, they're not gonna want to work in the public option. And what can you do about it? Check out the Ontario Health Coalition. There's a May 28th. There's a big rally across the country. If you're in Toronto, it'll be at Union Station at 12:30. And check out the Canadian Health Coalition. It's a
Sorry, there's a rally in Toronto about a situation in Alberta.
no. It's about privatization.
Okay.
And this just kind of happens to coincide with what's happening. Yeah, so May 28th, if you can check out the rally, and in general, like I guess people don't really know about this, so talk about it. Like if this passes, you're like healthcare is going to be a lot more expensive. Like whether or not we like it to. Anyway, in other Alberta news, take it away, Finn.
Okay, before we do that,
Yeah.
this is kind of real discussion though. In this moment we're in, where we have Doug Ford, a true Indigenous leader, in charge of our
good old Ontario boys.
And he has a majority and just does kind of whatever the fuck he wants, and there's no repercussions. And now we have DeMarcus Carney, who is in charge of the federal government.
DeMarcus DeCarney.
No, that's good.
And he has a majority as well, and effectively can do whatever he wants without consequences for the next handful of years. Like, I think I've said for a while is like, okay, protests are like chill, but at the end of the day, I think it's more just realizing that you're not alone and you're with like other people who are like-minded and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I am really in a fight for my life trying to convince myself that protests actually are going to do anything.
No, they do. Like we should talk about like the CLC thing, like the Canadian Labour Congress.
It doesn't it doesn't necessarily like always change the government's mind, but a lot of its purpose is to like raise awareness, raise consciousness, get people to your cause.
And
I mean, sometimes it's to do that, sometimes it's to force policy.
Yeah, but I'm of the mind of I show up to protests because if they do something, I should probably be there.
Yeah, I think like okay, I see where you're coming from in because if you go to a protest every week, it wears you out, and like I think just the protests, it's I think a lot of people will see like, oh, I've gone to the protest and that's it, and so I've done my part, and that's the dangerous part. But you go to a protest, you talk to people, and I think the most important thing is talking to people, like and like connecting on that level, because if you just go and you don't do anything, you go home. You really haven't. I'm sorry to say that, like nothing comes from that. But if you go to the protest and you get like, let's say, last protest I went to, I found I spoke to someone who was running a IWD event, International Women's Day event, and from that I joined the International Women's Day committee. I was like helping them with all their stuff, and we build solidarity like that. Like if you just go and you just go just to go, it doesn't do anything. But and so there's strategic ways to do it. Like when OHC is doing something like this, it's nationwide. I think it's important to go, but you don't have to go to the weekly type protest. But all this is to say, like the Canadian Labour Congress had and even more important than that is I think leafleting and like like if you're talking to people, like talking to people specifically about issue, like a specific issue, and like trying to get their minds on it, because this Alberta thing will pass because people don't know about
I
it.
thought it already passed.
Oh, it already passed. People don't know about it. Bill 33 thing passed because people didn't know about it, even though it had a large response from students. But the more people are aware, at least aware about this, the more we can have like a stronger front to fight against these things. And the CLC, the Canadian Labour Congress, had a convention a couple of weeks ago, and one of the main things that happened was the a leftist group in the CLC leafleted about Cuba and what's happening in Cuba, and they got the CLC to make a commitment on backing Cuba and Palestine solidarity. And from the floor, someone made like a $200,000 contribution or something like that.
200,000?
Yeah. So
someone, or like
it was probably let me go see.
Like a guy just
could be a guy, could be an org. Either way, we take those.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
I know the guy. I don't know him, but I don't know if I can say the guy's name.
There's a guy in the CLC with $200,000.
He's not in the. Let me see.
Let's pull up the stats.
This poor union worker. Sorry, what?
Donated his entire yearly paycheck.
We're like 2 hours long.
I added a zero there. It was $20,000. Sorry, I added an extra. Yeah, we knew that the unions weren't rich like that, but that's still a huge amount.
Yeah, it is.
From the elementary teachers union, ETFO. What do you call them? Elementary, yeah, teachers federation.
Yeah, that is huge. It's just took me by surprise.
Yeah, no,
Not as
I overblew
huge.
it, and so now it doesn't sound as much, but it's sorry, it
Yeah.
is big, it is big,
Yeah.
and that's because people actually leafleted about it, and like people on the floor vote on it, and it actually passes, and now the next step is to hold the CLC accountable to the decision that they've made. So all this is to say that the rallies, like I understand why some people feel like burnt out about them, especially the ones that just happen like constantly, but the big ones I think do make a difference. Back to
Yeah,
you,
I
Spence.
think part of it is just going to like a bunch of things about Palestine has made me feel like particularly like
Yeah,
I every now and then I finish one and I'm like we'll watch like a movie related to Palestine. I'm like, damn, I just feel awful now. Like
yeah, it's
yeah.
difficult. No, it's difficult with that, especially like um, yeah, yeah, and it's because it's hard to even see. Yeah, it's difficult.
Yeah.
It's
So
difficult
I
with
think
that.
Liam's trying to get me. We're hitting some time numbers right now, so we'll work this through. But I do want to talk briefly about one thing, and I might talk more about it next time, which is
Yeah,
the Flotilla,
yeah,
where a bunch of activists, including like was it 12 or 15 Canadians, were
right.
doing a aid mission to Palestine. Naturally, they get abducted by Israel in international water, and no one says anything. And then Ben Gavir, famous,
Evil man.
yeah, yeah, I put out a video of just like them laughing while like torturing the activists. And again, it's another video out of Israel that like escaped containment, and now when it's uh as the broader media would have it, real human beings in the form of white people getting hurt by Israel,
Hmm.
it gets reported on. And then also came out a bunch of reports of sexual assault and rape against them. And when asked about it, Carney and Anand more or less just said like, "Oh, we're shaking our heads right now. We're absolutely shaking our heads right now." They said they would summon an Israeli diplomat. I forget. They said the exact term for it. They go, "Oh, this is so unacceptable." When asked about broader sanctions, Anand said, "Oh, well, we've actually already sanctioned Ben Gavir," which kind of again gives up the game because guess what? He's still doing that shit, isn't he?
Yeah, yeah. They pretty
Um,
much said we've done all we could.
yeah,
Like,
we've
or,
done
We tried
nothing.
nothing. Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah, there's no discussion of breaking the Israeli free trade agreement. There's no discussion of sanctions. There's no discussion of getting rid of the loopholes that allow us to send Israel more weapons. There are some words, there are some talks, and now a couple countries have even got together and said, we both think this is unacceptable, but it's all just another way of delaying or refusing to do actual material punishment for what Israel is doing to the world, humanity, and particularly this wave of activists as well as Palestinians as a whole. So we'll see if more developments come. I'll report on that again. And for now, thank you all for listening, unless anyone else has more points.
nothing.
We'll come
I
back
can't
to
even think of a joke to end on.
We'll do the
All
referendum later.
right,
Bye.
bye.
See ya.